34th rule of acquisition states, peace is good for business.
That's the 35th rule.
Oh, you're right. What's the 34th?
War is good for business. It's easy to get them confused.
So smooth. You are now listening to the beautiful, soulful sounds of Ninja.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to, we're back, bitch! Welcome back, episode 12, G-Wave TV, the P.O.G cast, Players of Gaming. How you doing? I miss all of you. Smooches to everyone in the chat. Just want to say much love. Sorry that I have been absent, but just been having to deal with a lot of things at home and at work and whatnot. So, and some technical difficulties as well. But we're here now. We're back. You're all here. Thank you for showing up. We got everybody in the chat. We got Talos Ray. We got Punty. We got Death Dealer. Hello. We obviously have our special guest from the show active in the chat, but we'll get to him in a second. Let's see. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. It's hump day, as usual, Wednesday. We got some Xboxness to talk about, so let's get into some Xboxness, shall we? But before we do, let me introduce to you our very, very special guest for the evening, or the night, depending on where you are, or the morning, I don't know. But this is somebody, just like many other people that I've had as guests on the show, that I've watched for a very long time. I respect his outlook in gaming, what he does. If I've said this before about others, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but these are all people that I watched at the same time. And so I'm finally saying it to all of them. So this person has always been one of them. I've always, like I said, I've always respected his outlook in gaming, but also his perspective, like when he applies life to it. And then I always love how he introduces what he does on the side, like outside of gaming, what he does with his wife and, and whatnot, and what he's building for himself. So I'll let him get into all of that and whatnot. But without further ado, and much respect, and it is with great honor to finally introduce here on G-Wave TV, Mr. Dreadpool.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, what's up, Dread?
Hey, how you doing? It's I'm good. I'm good. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here.
Yo, Poison Maniac is in the chat. Sorry, it's one of the mods. Love that mother. All right. So Dread, thank you so much for being here, sir. First, before anything, how was your day?
Let's put it this way. It's been a day. It's life. Life happens, and it's not a bad day when you're still around, moving, and being able to be with your loved ones and friends and family, and so it's a good time, all things considered.
Yep.
But yeah. I gotta tell you though, it's great to be here on your return show, I guess you would say, from your little break.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. It's it's crazy. Like I knew that this was going to be a big show for me to finally have you on the show. And it's crazy that the first show back is the show with you. I was supposed to come back last week, but I had some last minute things I needed to take care of and whatnot. So I said, don't stress it. You still got Dread coming up. Just handle it. and now here we are. So thank you, sir, so much for being here. Like I said, I've always respected you, and I can't come up with other words right now, but your outlook on gaming, just how you choose to look at it versus everyone else. And I don't know. I don't think there's ever really been a time where I've listened in on a podcast and like disagreed with you. I've always been like, yeah, I'm with Dread. Yeah, I feel that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think part of it is a lot of people deal with absolutes. In life, there is no absolute other than the one thing that we have to do. But when it comes to stuff like this, there's many different outlooks, many different opinions, many different ways of looking and thinking at things that we should be open to everything, and I try to be as open and honest as possible. But speaking of, being here, we got to thank somebody first and foremost. Not only you for having this as the return show, coming back, also somebody else letting me share this day with you. It's my wife's birthday. So happy birthday to
yes,
her.
that is correct.
Because it was also a contingent that everything went well for her, and we want to make sure that if I was, we almost went to Orlando for the SeaWorld haunted house that they have. They have Hollow Scream over there, so we were almost going to there too. So it was like so much was up in the air. So it's great to see that everything fit together and actually, happened the way that we predicted months ago. And so, yeah, I gotta thank her for sharing her time with me to be here.
I think that's amazing, and I think that's awesome. My birthday is coming up next Saturday. So I will toast to you guys for your birthday and for your wife's birthday. Happy birthday, Death Dealer M85, aka Mrs. Breaking Bread with Dread. That's so awesome. Like, and 'tis the season, for me this year, the holidays are going to be a little bit different than they've been before, especially my birthday. But regardless, 'tis the season, enjoy it as best as you can, and hold on to those that you truly love, because it's the holidays. Why not? Yeah. Shout out to everybody watching the stream right now, whether you're at home or you're at the gym or wherever.
Yeah, make sure you share and like this out, or like and share this out.
Yes, like, share, subscribe, share out the stream. But wherever you guys are at, like I said, whether you're at the gym, you're at home, wherever, you're at work, or whatever, just know I love you. And yeah, and like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and all of that. I'm good at saying that stuff, but I'm not good at saying that stuff. Like, sometimes, like, I'll have a timing with it, but then I forget.
It's always weird, even with me. Yeah, my wife keeps on looking at me, laughing at times, and I'm like, it's just, I know I have to say it. I want to say it, but I don't feel like I deserve to say it. So it's always one of those weird spots. But a lot of my videos, I don't even say it, and it's like, oh, I should have said that. And so we've been trying to keep up with that. But usually when I'm places like here visiting as a guest, I want to make sure that people are aware that they need to hit that like button and share. I'm more attentive to that with other people's than I am with my own, which so it's I don't know why, but you deserve, you've worked hard for it, so you've earned it, not deserved it. You've earned every single subscription that you've got, everybody that's come on. You've earned the respect and your place here. I don't like when people say you deserve stuff. You don't deserve nothing. You've earned it. So
yeah. Thank you.
But yeah, we definitely need to get more people out here to check you out and check out more of your streams.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that means a lot coming from you, because when life, I don't want to sound generic, okay, but when life knocks you down, hearing from somebody that you respect say something, you know, positive about you, and like that really does go a long way. You know, it reminds you why you're still here, to continue moving forward and doing the best you can to be the best, not only version of you, but just have the best days that you can enjoy, because you don't know how many you have left, you know. So thank you for that. You know, I'll be honest with you, I really needed to hear all of that. I don't want to get like emotional or anything, but it's just, there's been certain little things that have happened over the last couple of days, and this is what you just said adds to that. And those have been like twinkling moments of happiness, you know. So thank you, brother. Thank you for that.
Hey, no problem.
But
it's the truth.
And then whenever you're down in the future and want to come through on the show, please by all means bombard my DMs and let me know, and you're on.
No problem. Well, I've got the access. I might just sneak on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's true. You do have the access now, so you won't even need to say anything. Just be like, click. I wanted to ask you 2 more questions before we get started. What were they? So explain to people what it is that you do that they may not know about. And what you just recently, did you mention it? I don't think you did. What did you just do recently?
Okay. Well, let's go over the whole demographic of everything that I do, and just kind of, we'll glance over it, so we won't take up too much time with that.
Oh no.
And then we'll lead into what we discussed earlier.
Yes.
So between guesting on other people's podcasts, I have my own podcast, which is the worst type of podcast to have during a pandemic. I created a podcast where I sit down in person and record in a restaurant when they are telling us to, oh, you know what, this is going to happen, and we're going to have to start locking down. So it was one of those things that just happened. I was talking with Carlo, which is Italian Clowns from 4GQ TV.
Okay.
And we're talking about, you know, trying to figure out what I was going to do for my next my own podcast. So I've been keeping it to myself. I ended up talking with Tempest's son. I met up with Tempest's son, and we started just conversing and having lunch. And I just happened to be in the area that he was working in, and I found a place that he's never been to, and he's lived in the area for so many years. So it was like refreshing to find a new place. I'm like, this place has been around for a while. And just when we walked away after having lunch, and I was on the phone with Carlo, and next thing I know, I'm like, this is it. This is my podcast. We're gonna do it live recording, but it won't be live on air because I don't have the means yet. It'll be a live recording where anything and everything is possible. And it has happened. I've had one where one of the interviews, somebody left the phone in the booth, and you hear the waitress running across the room going, sir, you forgot your cell phone. You know, so stuff like that just happens. There's no controls.
That's so cool though.
Yeah, so there's no editing, none of that stuff. And it started off with a recorder that records left and right channels. So instead of having a microphone to be mono for both of us, one person is in one ear and the other person is in the other ear. And to explain how I got this idea, there was a song from Public Enemy where they actually rapped Chuck D's in one ear and Flavor Flav is in the other ear, and the rest of the song is in both ears as normal. So I was like, you know what? I've always loved that since the day I've heard it when they released the album.
What was the name of the song?
I cannot remember.
If you can find it, can you send it to me later?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Because it's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me.
I hear
so
the
much.
song in my head right now. Because Chuck D's on one side, and you hear Flavor Flav just off on a off beat where they're not rapping together, so their vocals are not synchronized.
Yeah.
And it's so perfect that they're like right, almost sort of synchronized, but they're also saying different things as they're rapping back and forth. And Chuck is always like spitting everything out there, and then every so often you get Flavor just like boom, boom, boom. So when Flavor is just like, my wife's in the background, Flavor. So,
Hey,
but yeah, it's.
we got Richter Smith in the chat. Richter Smith. I've only known one Richter in my life, and I'm like, is this the Richter I know, or is this a different Richter Smith? Regardless, welcome to the chat. Thank you for being here. Hit that sub, hit that like, turn on the notifications, let people know where you at. Don't cause a ruckus or you'll get blocked. But
So with that being said,
wait, it is. Oh shit, it is.
Oh, nice.
I think it's my big bro. Yeah, like because because as I've said many times on the other people's podcasts and on this show, I am a longtime professional dancer, and so is he. So if it's Team Light Skin, we in here. Yes. No, it's my big bro. Like in dance, he's somebody that we could not talk for years, and he would just pop up and always like show me love, and he's always like supported me and had my back, and I'm very thankful for that, because as you get older, like I'm gonna be 38 next Saturday, right? You start to lose so many people in your life that you thought would never go. And I don't mean like lose in like, a passing sort of way, but just like the connection just isn't there, And Richter, I can say, is somebody where it's like we can always message each other out of nowhere, and it's love,
Yeah.
He always usually checks up on me, but I'm the little brother, so I guess that makes sense.
No, that's a great feeling. I've had a few friends that I could do that with. One of them literally was getting married, and I was coming back home from the Keys, and she's like, "Oh my God, I forgot to tell you, I'm getting married. The wedding is 2 days, and I want you there." So lo and behold, I'm getting married, many years later. And I look at my wife, I'm like, "Oh my God, I forgot. I got to get her an invitation." And she's like, "What are you talking about? I've never heard of this person." It's just one of my friends that we can literally never talk for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as we talk, it's just like nothing's changed.
Yeah.
And we're just good friends from a long time ago. And it's just funny. So here she is with her husband at our wedding, and they're all everybody's like, "Who are they?" My wife's like, "I don't know." Just last minute people that, Dredd wanted in here. And she's like, "They're old friends, I guess."
She's like, "All right."
Yeah.
Fuck
But
it.
she wasn't thrilled at first, but yeah, it's just funny.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
There's certain people that you can do that with.
If you feel like you're somebody who has had many different circles, because you always seem to gravitate with different kinds of people, you know what I mean? And then like you finally settle down with someone, over time they'll start to meet one or two people from random circles over the years, because like those are the people you keep in touch with. Those are the ones that like you were closest to the most, like, and same thing happens with me too at, here at home. Sometimes people pop up and it's like, "Oh, who's this?" And it's like, this is somebody I've known since 2003, or somebody I've known since 2007, and we met because of this. And, and then you start sharing stories, and you start, opening up about another like piece of your, like a chapter of your book, and I always think that's cool, like when that happens, because it's like, well, let me tell you, Mrs. You know, like let me tell you who this is. You know,
Yeah, it's like the Encyclopedia Britannica for me. There are a whole bunch of different books that are part of my life.
I'm laughing at
So-
G. I'm laughing at G maybe because he said, "So how is Dusty on the Richter scale?" I hate him so much right now. God, this is stupid. Shout out to G maybe, love you, brother. Husky Dusty. Well, am I looking husky? Am I? The shirt is very wide. I'm not gonna lie. The neck is, you know, but I'm not. Am I? Okay. Anyway, continue, Dread, please.
So anyway, from going from the audio, I kept the audio portion for Spotify. I brought a lot of the people in the community to Anchor FM, which is now part of Spotify.
Yes, I used to use Anchor for my wrestling podcast that I used to
Yes.
have. Yeah.
So it was, you know, doing that, and then I started doing getting into 360 cameras. So I've been doing a lot of 360 camera work. Well, that's part of the other thing with Breaking Bread. Now I put it in between myself and the guest, and now I try to push it off slightly from the center of us, because a lot of VR people have issues looking at it, because they're like, I got to look one way and then I got to look the complete opposite way to see the other person.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
but that's the cool thing is I'm as far as I know, I'm the only one in our group. I'm not going to say in the world, because there's got to be every idea somebody else had the same idea 5 seconds before you did. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. So I'm not going to say I'm the only one, but in our group, I'm the only one that's doing these type of podcasts with a 360 camera / in person, and you know, doing the hard way, that, you know, which is why my episodes are very scarce and few and far in between, because they are so difficult to manage and schedule and all that. But you know, again, I do the directed views, so that way you get a standard flat screen video, but then you can also go on your phone or on your TV, VR, and actually pan around and see everything on the other video. So I try to, you know, give different production-wise variety of things. So everything's an experiment. You never know. Yes, dear.
I like
Okay.
that. Excuse me.
So-
I like that. Nice.
Yeah, so I try to do different things, and that's how we started doing. From there, 4GQTV asked me to join, which is basically Carlo asked me to join him with going to conventions.
And shout out,
can
thank you for the sub, by the way. That's what's up.
The way she talked to me.
Nice. Whoever did it,
Smile.
congrats.
No, that was 4GQ TV.
Ah, nice. So, you can ask my wife. I didn't like the conventions. I'd stayed away from them. I always felt awkward. I don't know why, but it's just going. I don't know what it was. I just didn't feel like I belonged, or so. I don't know what it was, but just something just didn't.
You
and-
belong, Dread. Damn it.
So, well, my daughter went, and she had a little Boba Fett costume on, and it was like this little one top piece and the little skirt, and she's like 5, 6 years old, and they were loving her. They were like, oh my God, she's so cute. And our adopted mom made this little dress. So it was their thing that they would do. And, you know, they even had a Darth Vader version of it, you know, so it, you know, these little one-off dresses for a toddler. And my wife even pieced together some stuff, and it was kind of Princess Leia-esque, but not really like screen accurate or any of that stuff. She just did her own thing with it. And, you know, and I was looking at it going, man, I really want to go, but I don't feel comfortable going. So here I am getting an invite from 4GQ TV to help out. So I'm working with 4GQ TV and trying to, you know, we're actually working these conventions, and it's working them is totally different than going as a fan. And I think that's what got me out of that comfort zone, you know, to sit there and actually work them. So I've been doing video, helping record for interviews, doing, you know, again, I've been doing this online. Now we're doing it in person with all this stuff. And
that's
using
awesome.
Using a 360 camera, again, going out there doing stuff. And it's been great to see that a lot of people have been enjoying even the directed views that I do, because I'll walk through the vendor halls and give people access to the vendors, so that way, you know, it's a quick view. But some of these vendors are like, oh my god, I just saw myself on your channel. I was like, okay, cool.
No,
Like,
yeah,
they
like
were all excited.
people love that stuff. Like, you know, some of the lo-fi channels I listen to for like lo-fi hip hop are like views of like walking views, you know. So it's somebody with a camera, but they're walking down the street of like Tokyo or something, and I love that shit, especially just in the background as an ambiance. Yeah, so no, people love that. That's so cool. Keep going. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. And so again, you know, trying to do different things with the 360 camera, so it's not just a standard camera. Hey, let's take a picture of it. We were doing videos and trying to do different angles. Well, the 360 camera gave me those options too. So, you know, I'm going to be talking a lot about 360 cameras here and there, because I use them almost religiously. I use them almost as much as I do my phone.
Nice.
And my phone is like my key thing. I like my phone better than I like certain cameras. I mean, yeah, I don't have like the lenses and everything, but
these phones are getting ridiculous.
Yeah, for the stuff that I can do with my phone, the stuff that I'm doing with the 360 cameras, it's great. So the other thing is that we do, so I've been streaming, I've been doing some like unboxings and, you know, game related stuff, and it's cool to see people enjoying the variety of things that I do, because there's not one thing that I do, even in life. I've been doing like all these different things. And the one thing that kind of came back was haunting. So my wife and I and our adopted mom go and we sponsor a haunted house. So basically we design it. They actually design it, so I can't really take the credit for that. They do all that part of the work of figuring out the theme, designing everything, putting together the house, and it's technically a trail. So because everything we do is out in the woods, we did have a house at one point in time that we did everything in, and it was just a small 20 by 20 room, and we turned it into 5 different little rooms, and that was 5 different little scare sections. So you think about how small each little room is and the limitations we had to do all that, you know. And now we're, you know, outside with the trail, and then doing stuff, and it's all volunteer work. So everything that we put into it is our own money, our own time. We don't get paid for any of this stuff. All the money that they collect goes to various organizations for children and so forth, you know. So there's different local organizations that they provide for, and that's where all the donations go.
Nice.
So that's what we do, you know. So now leading into it now, because of 4G QTV and going out there with conventions, I've been going into some of the horror conventions. And some of these horror conventions, I brought 4G, you know, Carlo with me at one of them.
That must be fun. Oh my god.
Oh, it's a blast. It's just like a regular convention.
I love horror movies, so yeah.
Yeah, so it's not comics per se, but there will be comics out there. So it's amazing how much of a cross blend it is. When it comes to pop culture, everything is open for anything. You know what I mean? So you'll see people. I mean, yeah, there's certain specialties out there, but you'll see some of the same people over and over again. And we've seen some of them there, and they've looked at us and they're like, "Hey, we know you, weren't you?" And we're like, "Yeah, we were over here," and just, you know, it's cool to see the same people, even though the interests are different, and yet they're the same interests as we have or other people have, and it's just nice. It's nice to see that there's a bigger family out there than just gaming family. You know, I like recently with Halloween, I've seen a lot of people that are gamers and horror fans.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm starting to see that in their titles on Twitter. So again, it's like there's more than, yeah, it's 'tis the season, right? There's more nuance to a lot of people than just one thing. So it's not just gamers. And again, that's, you know, how I am. I'm not one thing. I do everything that I like or I'm interested in, and that's where I go. You know, wife and I did roller coasters for like the longest time. You know, we've always loved theme parks. You know, so again, we're doing these haunted houses. I've gotten into, what was it, Tampa Bay Screams. We paid our way in. Next thing you know, they just messaged both of us and followed us and told us that they loved our work and they can't wait to see us come back next year. So stuff like that is like, wow, that's pretty cool. And just recently, Orlando Fairgrounds had sent us an invitation saying, hey, this is media night here, you know. So I sent out and said, you know, hey, look, I'm, you know, this is who I am. We want to, you know, go to your media event and try to, you know, do something with your event there. And they said, no problem. And I asked them about the recordings. They said face only. So they only want to see the person getting scared. So that, you know, so again, you know, my wife is good at screams. I don't get scared as much, but this one here, actually, one of them got me. You know,
okay.
I go, yeah. So it's, again, I go through these houses and it's just like, you watch me walk through. It's like, yeah, okay. One of them I posted, going through, someone came up that was not a scare actor and came up to the side of me and screamed, like trying to scare me. And I just kind of looked at her like, okay. And I can hear everybody else that was with her like, haha, you got him. And I'm like, no, you didn't.
Nothing happened.
You look at the camera. If you look at the camera, you can tell nothing happened.
Oh,
I
that's
just kind of
funny.
like looked over like, really?
Oh,
You
that's
know,
so funny. Oh my god.
But it's just funny how people are like, yeah. But I'll tell you, when I jump, good friends of mine now, right? I'm gonna say that they're good friends. Petrified Forest, that's another area. I know the 4 directors that creates the 3 different houses in the area that they do for the haunting. And they all have characters. And I missed that on their media night. But I was like, no problem. You know, I paid for my thing. You know, I got no issues. I will still go and pay my way. I'm not going to go there and just get freebies all the time. It's not about that. The freebies is just because I want to get in there early to get the content so I can share it out. But then we go again and enjoy it later on.
Yeah.
So we could, you know, so I'm still going back again. So again, you know,
That's tight.
going there, hanging out with them, and just seeing the love that you get from these people is amazing. And that's why I always support them. They actually did a haunted house in MegaCon, and I have a recording where the person scared me, but I guess I jumped inside of myself, but it didn't show on camera. I'm like, right there, it didn't even look like I jumped, but I know I jumped, and I'm honest about it. I'm like, that person got me. You know, that person did get me with the jump scare. But yeah, it's very few and far in between. But when they do, I give them credit, you know, because it takes a lot of work to do that. Not everybody can get scared, and the timing's not right sometimes. Even if you are, you know, those that are non-prone to get scared, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
But you should always, you know, do that stuff. A lot of people work really hard to do this. Like, you work hard to put together this podcast tonight, to get everything together. You did the thumbnail, you got everything, all your scenes in place, you got the videos in place. You know, it's not easy doing this, and between running a show and trying to keep everything in line, you know, it's not easy. So again, you know, you got to thank people from doing all this stuff. Because they do this stuff. It's the value that they put in there to separate themselves, as opposed to like, just slap this video up it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, too bad. No, you put your heart and soul into this stuff.
Yeah.
So, and this is what they do. There's another one, Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. They're
Ooh,
another
okay.
one that, yeah,
That one sounds like it would be good.
that's another good one. I actually interviewed Sir Henry himself last year, right before his Christmas haunted house. So they got 3 seasonal ones: regular Halloween, Christmas, and Valentine's Day. And we've gone to every single one since I've run into them and found out about them. And but yeah, it's yet again good friends now. I missed the media night. I got in with friends and family, walked around, even gave them critiques during friends and family of what I thought. And then we went back again a couple weeks later, and experienced it again. And with that, was able to say, okay, here's a couple other critiques, but it's nice to see that they listen to us.
Yeah.
Even though we're just guests there,
But they
second
take
time-
into account your opinion
Yeah.
of the situation, because that's the thing. Like, it's like what I was telling you before the show. If you know you're the shit, it's okay to admit to that. It doesn't make you a cocky person or a bad person. But like, if you know you get the job done and you did a good job, then you're the shit at what you're doing. And you and your wife, because you guys are doing quality work, people respect that. And then you guys are not only able to see it from their perspective, but from a customer's perspective. You know what I mean? So it's almost like you're a restaurant reviewer, but rather than trying to overly judge the food in any sort of way, you're experiencing everything that's in front of you and then just giving a few pointers, not really expecting anything more. This is a place you enjoy, you want to come back to, but then when you come back, they took some of your notes, and I think that's really cool. But that also goes to show you, like, what you're talking about. You and your wife like have a knack for this, and can really go far with it within this realm and whatnot. Continue.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we end up doing is going to these places. So Halloween is like our big thing now for content to create. We just did Universal Studios, which
Where my dad retired from. Nice.
I gotta say, they didn't live up to what I expected them to live up to. It was good, but it was disappointing because I know they could have done better. And it's, and I understand certain things. Like, I'm going to say right now, when you have a 2-hour long wait and you go through and they rush you through the house, I went through one of the houses. I don't remember one piece of the house. So when you're too busy being rushed through, and I understand why. Again, there's 200 people, or not 200, 2 hours. So you've got like thousands of people waiting to go through. And we only did, out of all the houses, we did 4 houses, maybe 5. I can't remember right now. I'd have to look at the houses. But yeah, we didn't do all the houses, and it's just, normally we do all the houses and everything's good to go. This year was just horrible when it came to that, and we got Tampa Bay's, was it Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay, Hollow Scream. So we're going to go there tomorrow night, and we're expecting a little bit of the same because they do the same thing, but they don't have a person standing there like rushing you, but it's the same thing. You got some lines, but you don't have as long of a line. And you also got to remember, towards the end of the month, more people go. So it's going to be, so there's certain things that we understand why. We just don't agree on certain things. And that's why when it comes to the local haunts, I say support them more than support these bigger ones, because each, you know, you think about all this. I paid $100 a person plus tax and all that stuff. You jacked up, you know, I'm looking at almost 250.
Mm.
You know what I mean? With all the stuff that's going on. Then we buy the merch. It's a disappointment at times. You know, we had fun. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. It wasn't that it wasn't fun. It was just too much and not enough time to enjoy.
Yeah,
with
like
too many people.
when you overload fun, that's when things are bound to go wrong. You know, because you're trying to do too much, or you have to do too much, and then it becomes a chore rather than, you know, a good time or enjoyment. You know, so
Yeah.
I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, so you know, and again, going through a house and don't even remember what it was about because I was too busy being pushed through. That's you know, those are things that are disappointments, you know, but they did put on, you know, good production, good stage, good makeup, this and that. Some of the stuff that they've done has been less than, but it's just, you know, again, it's corporate versus local, you know. Some of these local ones are beating out corporate with unique ideas. You know,
Yeah.
we talk about games with these corporations that are doing the same old with the games, and then you have these indie guys that are out there creating unique experiences that eventually get into, you know, brought into bigger games later on when they say, hey, you know what, I like the way that they did that, we're going to steal that idea. I mean, it's not stealing an idea, it's using, you know, it's really using it as a inspiration.
Yeah.
Everything's an inspiration from somewhere, right?
Yeah, well, yes, and as a dancer, I would very much agree with that. People always ask me over the years what inspires me, and I would tell them anything and everything around me. You know,
Right.
you can look literally at the most simplest thing, and something just sparks an idea, a piece of creation, whatever it may be, and that's why I always tell people, you know, like it's whether they're artists or not, you know. And they're just trying to find some sort of inspiration somehow. I'm like, just take a second and look around you. You know, it's right there in front of you. You just have to breathe for a second and let yourself see it. Don't force it. Let it happen. You know. So.
Yeah. So you know, the whole nutshell, basically, we do everything and anything, and it's just great to see the notoriety. Some people have, out of the blue, have recognized us and don't know how they recognize us, but they recognize us. And I'm thinking to myself, like I've told you before in the green room, that people have recognized the name or the face, and I'm thinking, oh, they recognized it from here, but then come to find out that they've actually recognized it from the work I've done, which is really shocking.
But
know what I
very
mean?
very rewarding, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's awesome, brother. Like, you know, and you guys deserve it, and you deserve it. You know, you put in a lot of work with not only what you do outside of gaming, but what you do inside of it, and, you know, what you contribute to the community and whatnot. And I don't know, I think that should be commended because, like you said, you know, it's been earned. And because it's been earned, it is well deserved. And, you know, I salute you, my friend.
Thank you. So,
You're welcome.
yeah. I guess we should get on with the Xbox partner preview, huh?
Yeah, boy! Let's do it. So, everybody, let me turn off the music really quick. Let's turn this down. I am your DJ for the evening. I have two DJ names. They're not official, but one is Blue Dream. Don't ask. The second one, it's kind of self-explanatory. And the second one is Johnny West, because of my first name, and I live on the West Coast. But I think there's already a Johnny West, so you can call me Johnny West Coast. But then you have Chanel West Coast, so then I didn't know if I wanted to do that. But whatever. Anyway, so not a real DJ, like, but I'm not a rapper, you know.
You want to hear my? You want to hear this one? I used to
Which
DJ.
one?
I used to DJ too.
Oh,
But
word?
Yeah.
Nice.
I told you I did a lot of different things, man.
That's
So,
awesome.
You want to hear what my unique DJ name is?
What is it?
DJ Dreadpool.
Nice. Bars.
I've been, like I said, I've been doing this. I've been Dreadpool since 1991.
Goddamn. That's
So, yeah.
awesome. I've had several different names over the years, especially because of AOL, you know, America Online. But I think in the last 6 years is maybe longer. I could be wrong. Is when I started going by like Dusty more. Originally, it was DustyFredrix, and then it was. I think I went straight from DustyFredrix to the Dusty Uno. And then I've just kind of been editing it on YouTube, like either the Dusty Uno or Dusty. But I noticed that if it's just Dusty, like all caps, like I like to do, the D gets cut off and it just comes out as Usty. And then you get somebody like G Maybe in the chat where he starts adding like his own first letter, like because I made a comment I made a comment about it, and then I forgot what he said after that, but then it just started becoming like a thing now where where he just like, hey, what's up, and then he'll say like a different variation of Dusty, like he'll just come up with another word, and it's really hilarious. I love that shit. Busty, Gusty, Lusty. Not you too, Dreadful. God damn it. All right. So let's get in. Damn it. Let's get into this Xbox preview, or partner preview, I should say. I did not catch the show earlier. Dreadpool, you did. So at least you get a second run around pause for, you know, the showcase. Good thing it's not a long one. I've heard like good things, but as far as what people rated it, that's where I've heard mixed things. So let's get into the show first, and then we'll get like how you felt when you first saw it, and then if it changed now seeing it a second time. Also, even though this is a breakdown, I'll try not to pause the video so much. Like, I want to let it play and we can maybe say something during the preview. But for anybody who hasn't seen the preview, we'll try to not speak so much when there's like dialogue. Like, if there's dialogue going on, I'll try not to talk, because a lot of times when I watch people do like live reactions of a showcase and there's dialogue going on, even if it's just a host and you could give two shits about them, as a viewer, I kind of want to hear it. Just saying, like, you know, so I'll try not to talk, or else I'll be a hypocrite. Anyway, let's get on with the partner preview. Dread, is there anything you'd like to say before we go, or before we get started?
No, just keep an open mind. That's it.
Tight. I do have very much an open mind. It takes a lot for me to not like something. Like how I really hated the last two Sony showcases. All right, let's get into it. Enjoy, everybody. Let's see. Make sure volume is good. Can everybody hear that? Let me know in the chat. Susty. Not Susty. What the... And let me know if the volume is good or if it needs to be louder or lower.
準備はできてるな、春日。やるしかねえ。やってやりましょうや。
Thank you, Poison.
気合い入れてこうぜ。とりゃ。
Hey, RSJ fan is here. So I heard about this
Too
earlier.
many street punks getting you down? Time for the getaway you deserve? Dondoko Island is the destination for you.
Yeah, let's switch this.
Welcome to your vacation within a vacation, where a cozy DIY lifestyle awaits. Gather materials from your surroundings.
So it's like infinite wealth times Animal
Buy
Crossing?
unique
Is that what
furniture.
some people are calling it?
That's something like
Or
that.
simply
Yeah,
craft it yourself.
It seemed like Animal Crossing, and then kind of like Cityscape, or not, what was it, or Sim City or something.
And watch
Something
as
along
your
those
dream
lines.
home unfolds.
Because you
Just
can
the
build
way
things,
you like it.
buildings. So like here, they're building the room, and you can actually start talking like a tiger. But again, it's like certain
In
things.
fact, you can customize the whole island to your heart's
It's
content.
weird. It's very odd.
Yeah.
And nothing.
Make
'Cause
friends with
here's what I'm
memorable
talking about.
characters.
You can customize the buildings and the shops and the layout of the land. So it looks like it's a
Develop
mix
your
of a few,
island to accommodate all kinds
genres.
of tourists
But again, I
and
just
give them the time of their lives.
nothing that I expected it to be from the earlier videos.
It's funny though.
And I know a few friends that will
But beware
love
of
this game.
certain uninvited guests.
And I think the corniness lends to it.
You'll have to beat some sense into them to preserve your island.
So this is
community.
just an add-on to the main game, right?
Explore nature.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of what I got from it, because you have infinite
Build
wealth
infrastructure.
and the story of it. But then I feel like because
Interact with
they
others.
showed the logo and then they showed like the other like
And
logo
develop
at the
your own
bottom,
resort island
that this is like
your way.
an extra feature within the game that you can do. For like, yeah, like, what is it, Bondok Island or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bondoko Island. Like, I feel, or Dondoko Island, sorry. Like, I feel like that's an add-on to the campaign of the game. You know what I mean? Like, you can do the campaign, maybe you find the island, and then you can unlock it, and then like from there you can then play this whole other ass game within Infinite Wealth. You know what I mean?
That's possible. I took it as originally as its own separate game.
Okay.
But yeah, you're probably more right than my first impression of it. Again,
Got
I
you.
was kind of struck back, like, what am I watching?
Well,
But-
because even right here, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Oop, shit. Look right here. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. January 26, 2024. But it doesn't say Dondoko Island on it. You know what I mean? So I feel like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is its own tradition. I don't know if you can say traditional yet. Maybe a few more years. Since the franchise has switched from Yakuza, right? But it's your typical Like a Dragon or Yakuza game, whatever you want to say, and then you have this expansion to it, which that is actually really smart because you invite so many more. I don't know if you said this, but you invite more players into your game because you give them a whole nother game or experience that they can have. It's like Starfield. Like, if you really showed people and broke it down, like all the different things that they can do within Starfield, you could really explain that, you know, it's almost like 6 different games at minimum. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
I'm even looking at the wiki, and the wiki has nothing on this.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's an expansion to the game, and
Okay, here it is.
yeah,
Major side activity: Happy Resort, Dondoku Island.
yes.
Managing his own resort, combining tasks. Okay,
So it's a
so
major side activity.
yeah,
So you can
yeah.
either choose to do it or not do it. But judging by what you can do, it looks kind of fun. Not gonna lie. Especially if the story campaign is really good, then it would influence you to, like, I guess, want to try it out. Maybe.
Yeah. So it's a game like me, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
Sujimon Battle, a Pokemon parody game, Mismatch, a dating app. So okay, it's a little bit of everything.
Hey, like, get everybody in while you can, or however you can.
It's nice to see that though, even though that particular portion is not for me. It's nice to see that they do something like that to change it up. So yeah, you might not be into the main part of the game, and when you're done with the main storyline, that you can still have other things to do in the game. So it's not a one and done.
Yeah.
It can keep you going.
Poison Maniac says, "Is this The Sims for the Yakuza series?" Yes. Um, Poison Mania or G maybe says, "So it's like DOA when they added Extreme Beach Volleyball." Talos Ray, hey, shout out to Talos Ray. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to RSJ. I don't know if I said hi already. I think I did. I tried the one that is on Game Pass. Gave up. I'm not really into those games. For me, because I've always enjoyed like kung fu flicks or Japanese flicks, you know what I mean, and like older style and all of that. Like that's why I really appreciate the story for the Yakuza games. I have to admit, and I've said this before, I suck at getting through single player story games. Just because it's my attention span. I end up doing 5 million different things, but I still need to play through the whole series. It's something I am trying to at least start. But I did try Like a Dragon Ishin, and I'm enjoying it very much. And that reminds me to go back to it. Actually, it's been a weird couple of days for me. So let's see what else. She maybe says they should have put this stupid heart dot thing that they have.
Yeah.
How do you get rid of this?
You can't.
I
You
fucking
know what
hate
you got to
it.
do is you
Can
got to
you
do
move
this.
it?
There, I just moved it for you.
Did you? How?
Yeah,
You
I
lied.
just put a dot. I put a
Oh.
dot down and then hit enter.
And it moved the heart? It didn't move it.
No, it moved the chat up.
Oh,
See?
thank you.
You look, that's the heart.
I see what
See?
you did.
Yeah.
They should have put MXC mode in it. Yeah, no. No, I saw that. All right, cool. No, and we are caught. Lusty. What? Damn. Not just Lusty, but Lusty in all caps. So you know it's real. Let's continue on. Are you now minus the Dondoko Beach? Was it? For Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, is this a game you're looking forward to?
No.
Okay.
It's a game that has always interested me, but I just don't have the time to put into it, so I just pass on them.
No, I feel you.
Unfortunately, I've always been a fan of the original Yakuza series way back when, and it's just playing them. We'd always rent them, so we never got a chance to actually finish them. So we'd only get so far, and then have to like rent it again, and we just never finished them. So it's always been one of those. One day I'll finish it, and all these years later, never happened. So I've already learned my lesson. I don't have the time for it. Like even Starfield, as much as I love it, I just haven't had the time to go back as much as I wanted to. It's just life is
Yeah.
what it is.
No, I feel you. I feel you. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wells of Details. Discover more about Ichiban Kasuga's upcoming adventure on Xbox Wire. Okay. Okay. Power Wash Simulator. Alright. Is this a runner game?
You know, that's what it almost looks like.
Yeah. I like the design though. Oh.
Yeah, keep watching.
So I'm guessing this is a single player game.
That's what my take on it was. It's a single player game, so it seems like it's a runner, but it's not a true runner because you have platforms. You have, obviously you saw that last move. So there's a lot of fighting. I think it's just using the movement, and it reminds me of, what was that one that just came out? Forspoken, the movements.
Broken. Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to be nice.
I know. I'm not. Is that game okay now? Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Despite the dialogue, I liked where they were going with it. I didn't want it to fail.
Yeah, I heard it's okay now.
Well, that's good.
But a lot of people haven't gone back, and that's the problem with some of these games. Don't launch them broken. When you launch it broken, it's hard to be forgiven after people have moved on because they're moving on to always the newer, baddest game that there is.
Well, and when you launch something broken, you also invite people to look for anything else that they can blame or put blame on. You know what I mean? And if the game didn't launch broken, like I don't think people would have been as harsh on the dialogue. But because it was like people were already unhappy with it and talking shit, it was like, well, let's talk shit about this too, So yeah. But if it's fixed now and it runs good now, flop spoken, Talos, it's probably part of it's probably part of the gas games that are coming out. Flop spoken. If you close the chat and reopen it, the chat will move. No, the chat does move, but the stupid freaking that heart dot shit that YouTube added, and then when you hover it, it like has the 100 symbol, has a surprise face, celebration emoji, laughter emoji, and a freaking heart. Like, what was the point of this?
They should put it down by the chat as a subscriber spot.
Yeah, right? Like next to
just somewhere there or next to the face.
Stupid.
Somewhere else where you can click on it and then not block.
Like right now, Talos' sentence, like, I'm surprised that they haven't, and then I don't know. Oh, there we go. That they haven't woken up yet about bringing broken games out. See, there we go. Thank you. With the period.
And you see the cheat I have to do to get stuff to move.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, it used to only be on the phones.
Yeah, I know. And even then I hate it on the phone because it's the same thing. It gets in the way of the sentence. Like especially if somebody's like saying hi back, like if I say hi in the chat and they're like writing a long ass sentence and I'm like, I'm really trying to read this. You're in the way, YouTube. Why are you in the way?
It's the worst possible placement is right next to the most recent comment.
Good grief.
You know what I mean? So it's like you can't even read the most recent one.
Like, you know where I would have put it? I don't know, the top right corner? Like, what the fuck, dude? And then have the drop down go down, or the menu thing go down. Like, why are they idiots? Like, I don't, fuck, man. Yeah. Who works at YouTube?
Put it between, if you're on PC, put it between the smile and the, 0 of 200 count of your chat. Put it down there.
Yeah.
There's a huge empty space. that won't be blocking. You hover it, you can click on it.
It's so obtrusive. Like, God. And it offends me. It hurts me. It gets in the way. Oh my God. Yeah, no, I agree with you. They really should do. I love how you guys are spamming the shit out of it now, though. Oh, and before I forget, don't forget to send in your super chats, because we will read them, and we do appreciate them. And they do help fund this channel to continue going on. And trust me, right now, we could use a lot of that. All right, anyway, moving on. So, I hate YouTube for that feature.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not looking forward to this one.
You're not looking forward to this game?
Icaro will not die now.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I did. Sorry. Wait, so you're not looking forward to Icaro?
No.
Icaro.
Icaro.
Okay. Yeah. I like the artistic style of it. I just don't know. Like, I know friends that would play that game, you know, but for me,
Looks better than Foam Stars.
I already knew you were gonna say it. Oh God. Oh, freaking Foam Stars. Well,
I'm waiting for my wife to jump in. Who's the game for?
Well, right? Oh my God. Freaking what was the opening game for PlayStation's Direct? Fucking Happy Feet? No.
No, that was the walking simulator one.
Yeah, that bullshit. Now, here's the thing. As somebody, I shouldn't say that bullshit. Let me take that back, because that's disrespectful to the devs. That game is not for everyone. But if you're a PC gamer, that's where I could see a game like that living for a long time. You know what I mean? And it's a simulator game. Like, there's a very large, simulator community out there, that loves games like that. But the reason I bring that up, Baby Steps, thank you. I said Happy Feet. I love that movie. Anyway, so the reason I bring that up, the one thing I love about Xbox, and don't get me wrong, they've had some downer shows, right? If you're judging them, if you're really trying to rate the show, yes, they've had some downer shows. But as a show, their shows are generally enjoyable, let's be honest. 5 minutes into this show, just makes me wonder, PlayStation, who in your marketing team did not get the memo that maybe, with everything going on about you right now, that maybe opening with Baby Steps is just a little too on the nose for how you're acting right now. And maybe not the best game to open up with if you're trying to make your consumer base happy, because not even regular consumers liked your show. So for me so far, every game might not be for me, but it's enjoyable so far, and that's what I always will commend Xbox for. They make, even if every game they introduce may not be for me, they know how to still make me feel good to be a part of this community. Deadpool, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I lost you.
No, I'm listening.
No, you're good. Sometimes, when I watch people's podcasts, they get dips in their connections, and I'm and then you didn't say anything for a while, so I was like, did I lose him? I've never had to deal with this before. Oh my God, what do I do? All right, so let's continue on. Oh shit. PSWS is here. Awesome. Love you, Ham. Love you, brother. I respect Ham a lot. I like what he does with his shows. Him and Loke are funny as shit. Oh my God. Okay. Wavy steps. It's wavy, baby. I don't know if they have a like button on the chat screen. I feel that. Happy to have you here, TSWS, aka Ham Solo. You already know, though.
Yeah, Talos Ray, it's supposed to be horror. I question that myself. I'm not a fan of these type of horror games. They're more boring to me than, because you know what I mean. It's kind of more of a traveling puzzle.
It's supposed to be like a jump scare type of effect.
Eerie
right?
Stuff. Yeah.
I mean, not gonna lie. For someone like me, if I especially if I turned off all the lights, this would kind of get me. But for someone like you, like, I could understand why, you know, this just feels like generic for what it is, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it looks great. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, graphically it looks awesome. All the details are amazing, especially on the ladder right now. Jesus Christ. And the rust, like, I always look at small details like that. Game looks creepy as fuck. It would be funny. It would be funny seeing Crazy Louie play this. That would be funny, actually. Can he live stream it?
I was messing with him. I was telling him that his door in his room kept on creaking open. That
that's mean.
That his pictures on the wall were like moving. They were like off center, off level.
That's so mean.
And he's like, of course Dreadpool would be here to laugh at me. He's like, Dreadpool, don't be saying that stuff. He kept on looking back. I'm like, are you sure you're not? You sure you're not home by yourself?
Are you
there with you? He's like, I'm home by myself. There's nobody here.
Like, are you?
Door's not opening.
Are you sure there's not? Because I see something right now. Like, and it's funny too because like you can do that to see money. I don't know if you've done that yet, but you can actually freak him out. And I think he hates like it's either like you know, like in freaky scary movies, like little girls or like little girl dolls or whatever. Like it's one of those things or something like that. Like he hates that shit. So like if you just mention like there's something behind it, he's probably gonna hate me for telling you this. But
he would have been perfect for the house like a couple years ago.
Man, he hates that. Like I think he likes, you know, like the horror stuff, but I think he just hates that creepy shit. I don't really know. Maybe he hates all of it. He wants like all of horror stuff to burn in hell. I don't know. But you should try to get him, like, especially if they do a show closer to Halloween, you should try to get up in the chat and just like fuck with him. I think that would be so fun.
No, you don't understand. Years ago, when my daughter first started doing the haunted houses with us, right? So Tiny Giant, we had her dressed up in the old, red old Victorian dress, kind of like what was a freaking movie? Here's Johnny.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank right now. But
me too. Yeah.
Oh my God. So he this guy bigger than me, right? So I'm already 6'1", and this guy's bigger than me, and he's like, yes, thank you, The Shining. This guy's like, he gets scared early in the trail, and she cuts through. She's got these little cut throughs, so she finds her huckleberry, and then she runs through the cut throughs and comes over by me. And the guy comes over and he sees me, and I actually have a butcher's knife, right? And I'm like chopping away, like really chopping away on stuff. And this guy's looking at me, and like I said, it's not a prop. It's a real freaking knife. And as I'm chopping away, he looks at me, he goes, that guy there don't make me scared. And he turns around, he sees my daughter. He's like, "Holy crap! But that little girl, is that a twin? What's going on here?" Like, oh crap! She scared the bejesus out of so many people. She ended up scaring
Because
some
kids are
kid out.
just creepy, man. Like especially during Halloween, like, and you go to haunted houses and shit. Kids are just and the movies, like, ugh. Like even like I get creeped out, but I can watch it. I can handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love, and I'm also like a lot of people don't know this, but I'm into like gory horror as well. But that's because I had friends growing up that were into that, so I got used to watching it with them. Very very gory shit. But you know that's what horror, like that's part of it, and not just the gore, but like even just the mystery of everything and being able to genuinely be spooked and surprised and scared, as opposed to trying to be set up, for a scare, and then once it happens you're like, okay, but man, with kids,
Mm-hmm.
uh-uh.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Well,
not afraid
that's
of clowns, but like creepy, like zombie kids, nah, man. Like Children of the Corn, but dead. You know what I'm saying?
we pretty much have our whole family in the house doing the trail. So my daughter's in there. Her cousins are in there, and yeah. So when it comes to all that, each kid there's an adult near them, so that way there's nothing that we have to worry about. But we also have our safe word, so if something happens, I'm running right there to find out what the heck's going on. But yeah, it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
we've got clothing from people that have lost their clothing. We've had shoes, phones, we found
Jesus.
jewelry, I mean hats, yeah. So
Oh,
we
just
found a
everything
lot of
flying
just
off. Oh, that's
everything that
hilarious.
we've and again, yeah, we have a contest between myself and
Oh.
my adopted mom on how bad we scare people.
Oh, that's
And
so
the
funny.
the check mark is that we make them pee.
Oh my god.
So we make them,
I think I heard you talk about this recently. Like what?
yeah, yeah. So that's how we check the check mark of counting on how bad we scare them. I mean, we've scared people where they've
Oh,
flown back and then fell on top of each other. We've had people rip through
jeez.
the walls that we've put up in the forest to get away from us. But that doesn't count. The P
Yeah.
factor counts. I
Oh
had one
my
lady look
god.
at me and I
Oh my god.
tilted my neck and she just like right there. And she's like, "You're a bad man."
You're a
And
bad
and
man.
all I did was
Oh.
twist my neck. Just stood there perfectly still, twist my neck, and that was it for her. And so then when she said that, I was like, "Oh, I'm bad." I took a couple steps forward, and that was it again. Twice, the same person twice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's so funny, like, especially when you're working stuff like that, and like, it's like if you're not one of the scares, but you're working like behind the scenes, but then you can like peek through and see like when people do get scared. That shit's so hilarious. Oh my god. And it's so hard because you don't want to kill the immersion, for the customers or
Mhm.
whatever. But man, you just be dying laughing, just like, oh, like how, like it's so hard not to let that out, but you want to so bad because it's just some of the scares are just so good. But then
Yeah.
I've definitely been in mazes where it's like you feel like you got there at a good time, right? But you feel like these workers have been there all fucking day because it just seems like they could care, like they could give two shits. You know what I mean? Like they don't even try on their scares. Like they're just like, huh, and then they
Yeah.
go back to their post, and it's like, what the
See,
hell was that?
that's the thing with the bigger places like Universal and Busch Gardens and the bigger corporate haunted houses.
Yeah,
Everything's usually on a loop. This year, I noticed that Universal took them off the loop. They allowed them to do their own thing at their own timing, which is good because I'm tired of standing in line, walking behind six people as we're nut to butt, and I see the same actor pop out according to the loop when they're supposed to pop out for that sound. And it's
yeah.
like, yeah, thank you. I already saw you while we were walking through, like pop out six times, so it's no surprise that you're going to be popping out. You know,
Yeah.
they did
Yeah.
allow them to start the sound effects and their motions while they walk, you know, when they step out and stuff. So it helped hide them from, you know, while there was people. So there's no, you know what I mean? It killed the loop factor, which really is what kills a lot of houses. So when you can be spontaneous when you jump out, and you can do that at the best time, so you're not seen by the next group before they even get there. It makes it that much more immersive,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So they did that. I will find out if Bush is doing the same thing or not, but I think they're finally starting to listen to us saying stop doing the loops,
Yeah.
because a lot of the mom and pops, the smaller and bigger local haunts are, you know, up to their up to the actors on when to jump out and how to jump out. And that being said, there's a lot of actors that do not know how to scare. No matter the training, they just don't have that knack. Some people
Yeah.
have it naturally. Some people have to learn it. And
Yeah. Yeah.
some
Because
of
you really gotta, like, especially when you're telling people to do it in a setting that they don't take seriously, you have to channel that. You know what I mean? Like, you have to really, like, not just be in the mood, but you got to be in the mode. You know, that
yeah,
like you are playing a part right now, even if you might feel that, well, it's just a haunted house. Like, no, this is an experience for paying customers, or even if they're not paying, visiting customers that came out of their way to want to experience something tonight. And you signed up for this, so own up to it. You know, if you're a right now you're a performer. You know, this is your stage. So put on a show or get the fuck off. You know, and as a longtime performer, like, I've had to tell people that, you know, like, when you hit the stage, are you ready, or do you need to get off? And then
yeah. You
find it and then be ready, you know, because I'm not saying like nobody can't get it. Like, you can get it. You just got to want it, you know?
No, we've done this. You know, we've talked about that too. Um, hurt, not hurt, sick, whatever. When you go on stage, you're 100%, if not 110. You're everything's there. And
Yeah.
if you don't be out there. But at the same time, you just killed it for everybody else by not doing your part.
The show must
So,
always go on, Richter. Well
yes.
said. And shout out to Richter for the sub. Thank you so much, big bro. Love you, brother. Stop by the podcast more, hang out. I don't know if you're a gamer, and I don't think that's something we've ever really talked about over the years. But if you are, then, you know, welcome. If you play on PlayStation, we forgive you. No, I'm kidding. Um, but yeah,
Nintendo.
Nintendo. No, I want to play Mario Wonder.
Dude, I was looking at that and I was like, man, I got
Yeah,
to get that for my wife
I would
because
get
I
a
know
Switch.
she'll
I
play
would
the
get a
shit out of it.
I would get a Switch Lite for that. Um, let's carry on, shall
Carry on. My wayward son.
we? Still wakes the deep's wild inspirations. The Chinese Room explained how this unique game emerged, an Xbox Wire exclusive. Old as fuck. Old Doom 2 players.
It seems there will be trouble.
Oh, yes. I don't care what nobody says.
Seems
I want
to
to play
have his
this.
eye on doing business in old Detroit.
Every gang in the city start advertising their services.
This is definitely promising.
Yes. I do wish, though, you could be in third person or at least over the shoulder, but it's fine.
Street vultures are the biggest gang in Detroit.
Mr. Spike has become my business partner.
I'm glad they've been able to keep the 80s motif.
Slaughterhouse.
Say that again?
I'm glad they were able to keep the 80s motif.
Yeah, me too.
Justice never sleeps.
It makes it feel more legit, because if... Nothing against, like, the recent movie, but everything against the recent movie. No, I'm kidding. But no, like, it just wouldn't... If you're really trying to sell RoboCop to fans, and I think they realized with the last game that they released that, you know, people want to see the RoboCop that they know, even if it's not what they grew up with. Because you just end up learning about RoboCop like as you grow up if your parents are into that. But when you learn about RoboCop, I don't really know anyone. Oh, 2 days before my birthday. Bruh. Hold up. Yeah. Why is it not Game Pass, though? Why is it not Game Pass?
You know, you say that. None of these games say Game Pass.
Oh, that is good to know. That's right, because you did watch the show, so that is good to know. Okay. Huh.
Spoiler alert. Oops.
Not at all, but that is very good to know because every game looks like it should go to Game Pass.
You would think every game, but none of them said anything. And I mean, wasn't Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth supposed to be in Game Pass anyway?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and
But none of it had Game Pass advertisements. From what I recall, I didn't see anything Game Pass.
I wonder if that's on purpose because those of us that would know better, and we share that information like you are with me right now. And then those that wouldn't know better, they see these games, they get excited for one of them or all of them or whatever, but then they're not as into the know-how as we are, in a way to say. So then when the games do drop in Game Pass, it's a surprise for them. Because Microsoft knows that the attention span of your average person is it's not that wide. You know what I mean? When it comes to releasing information, you know, people see it, they talk about it, and then they move on to the next thing. Or if they don't even talk about it, then that information just leaves, you know, unless they really care about what that information is. So,
but you also notice that any of because these are third party, any of these games that are multiplat only say Xbox. They don't say anything else. So I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to be respectful of the developers in the game, as opposed to, hey, it's on Game Pass, it's on Game Pass, it's on Game Pass. Let's not hype certain games that are on Game Pass while others are not, and maybe just say, let's just push it that this game, and that's all it's about. So that way the attention is not brought on to Game Pass because the game is going to be there, or maybe not. So this way, if it's across the board, we won't talk about Game Pass. We're just talking about the games themselves, and that's it. And I'm fine with that. I don't think they don't need us to talk about it. And I'm sure later on, when it comes closer to release, they will notify us if a game's on Game Pass or not. So when it comes to that, I think they did the right move here. They didn't need to advertise Game Pass because, again, it would draw away from the game because, oh, it's on Game Pass, I'll wait for it to hit Game Pass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus, hey, you know what? I can't wait to check out this game a little bit more and see what's going on. And then, oh, come to find out, hey, you know what? It is in Game Pass. Or, you know, I'm going to buy it anyway. You know, cool. You know, but it's not going to get the Xbox tax of, hey, Game Pass was advertised on there.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard because it's like you want to see that it's coming to Game Pass, get people more excited, but then at the same time, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
There's still more time to advertise that it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, that's true. And
this
we always get the coming soon stuff and all of that.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is the partner preview, so let's push the partners. You know, so it's in. I look at it as good faith.
Yeah.
To the partners, right? You know, when we talk about ourselves and other people that we interview, a lot of people that we interview, we don't talk about ourselves as much, other than, you know, trying to push what that other person is doing or what they are in works of and stuff like that as we do the interviews. So it's showing more respect to that person versus, hey, you know what? While I'm interviewing you, I'm going to talk about this other person that's bigger than you, and I'm going to be talking,
Yeah.
interviewing this person next.
Like overshadowing and whatnot.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah.
Hold on.
Props
Jesus.
to them.
Oy. Ow. I'm getting like pain from my glasses. Okay. Let's try that.
I thought we were going to have a dance break.
Oh, soon. No. So, okay. So, RoboCop. I'm excited. I'm going to play it. And then put it down because I'm a grazer.
Dead or alive,
Philipp
I'm
Seifert,
playing this
Technical
game.
Director on Dungeons of Hinterberg.
And I'm Regina Reisinger, Art Director on Dungeons of Hinterberg. I know a lot of you have been asking to see more of the social aspects of Hinterberg and how the people you hang out with can help you as you progress through the game. So we're excited to give you a better look.
In this short trailer, we will give you a
break.
glimpse at how you might spend a typical day in Dungeons of Hinterberg.
Hey, Maker of Chaos
Decide
is
which
here. Shout out
overworld
to you,
travel
brother.
To, spend the day
Hope all is
staying
well,
and puzzling
fam.
in a dungeon, and then head back to the village to befriend someone who may be the key to your success.
Man, with the... Oh, okay. So we got some combat. Okay. I thought it was like a super chill game. I mean, it is, but... Huh. Some lo-fi hip-hop while playing this would be nice.
Yeah.
I like the art style a lot. Dungeons of Hinterberg. The no dialogue though does, like, for games like this wouldn't put me to sleep, but that's why I would have to have like some good beats going on in the background. I've only met Dusty this year. That is very true. And what a year it has been. Man, I loved playing the Simpsons mobile game. I loved that game. So addicted. Oh, but then we get a Game Pass one for this. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
so
maybe
I stand corrected.
maybe because the game is not coming till 2024, they decided to put the label on that to get the buzz going now for whoever would be interested, you know?
Yeah,
I'm just trying to justify their decisions. I don't know. Ooh, what is this? Did they show the title? Because if they did, I didn't see it.
They showed it at the end.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Very beautiful game.
You recognize it yet?
No. Wait. Why am I slow right now? Ah, okay. Okay. I never played the first one.
Yeah, I didn't play the first one either. It looks beautiful.
It really does.
I just don't feel like it's my type of game.
It needs some lo-fi hip-hop in the background, you know what I'm saying? Then any game is your type of game. Let's see. New in-game activities, announcement and first look, in-depth gameplay. Nice. Out on November 2nd. Oh, happy birthday to me. It's the only good thing about my birthday so far. Anyway, Dungeons of Hinterberg, Spirit of the North. You know, graphically, I might want to check out Spirit of the North too. Maybe record some footage and post some lo-fi videos. Ooh, let's go. God damn. Okay. God damn, this is first in-game. What the? Wow.
Again, it looks beautiful.
Snake Eater. Unreal Engine 5, aka Unreal Infinite Umbra 5. What do you think, sir?
I think it's
beautiful.
I think it's gonna be fun. Yeah, it's definitely beautiful looking.
And that's the first in-engine footage or in-game footage, whatever they said. That looks amazing.
It looks
already.
Good. I could see people giving it certain aspects going, it looks like a 360 game or a PS3 game. I could see some people like breaking it down to that point, just because they want to do the console warring.
Yeah.
But it looks good nonetheless. I only have the issue of the crocodiles, the way that they're breathing, and it's like they're always inflating and deflating. It's like certain things pull you away. The crab turning his back on you before it kind of walks away, like that doesn't. No, they would never turn their back on you unless there's somebody
these
behind
crocodiles
them.
are wheezing. That ain't right. That ain't right. That's so funny. But my thing is, and I can always look at something objectively and subjectively depending on what's needed first. And for me, it already looks beautiful. Like, it looks amazing to me. But because there is an expectation with latest gen, whatever the hell technology, that, you know, there is an expectancy. So when you're showing me this and you're saying this is the first in-game footage or in-engine footage, whatever it is, I'm impressed. Because now I'm like, well, this already looks amazing. So where do we go from this? You know what I mean? And it's good to see that this is what it is now, because when you add more polish to it, you know, and everything, this is going to be a gorgeous freaking game.
And these are excerpts from the original game. You know what I mean? So when you look at it, okay, this is just a piece that we've taken out to produce this part of it to show you.
Exactly.
When they do that, it's very rarely that they actually show you the full piece of the inside of the game of that level. It's just like the puddle gate, you know. Yeah, this is what in theory would look great, but we can't have these extra puddles due to constraints that, you know, stutters or whatever else. We just couldn't fit in all the polygons that we need to put in here, all this data. Yet again, everything fits in a box. Once you max out the size of the box, everything spills over. So you keep what you can keep in the box. And anything else that spills over, that's the trash you don't need. And that's you know, it is what it is. I don't have an issue with this one. Like I said, I could foreshadow people will have some issues going, oh, this is better here, better there, or it looks like this over here, you know.
Yeah. My thing is, you know, when you buy the game, download it and play it, if it doesn't look good to you, check your system. If your system is fine, then you just don't like the game. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have to be about like, Like, well, it runs better over here, or like, you know, you should have got it on this platform, blah blah blah. Like, the only time I've ever really told people like you should have gotten it on this, or not should have gotten it on this platform, but you should get it on this platform, is if the other platform they're playing on happens to not be working, which sucks because, you know, you look forward to playing a game and whatnot, and then when it doesn't work, it's like, you know, it's a major letdown. But I really do hate it when it's, as soon as a game releases, like, and when a game like this drops, you know what's going to happen on social media, you know. But like, you know, if Rad Brad, you know, somebody like that on YouTube is doing his gameplay videos and he's playing on a PS5 and it looks beautiful, and then you have somebody like Hollow who might be playing on PSC, wow, on PC, you know. I think he has a PlayStation 5 as well and an Xbox, but if, like, just for context, like, if he's playing on PC and it looks beautiful, then what the fuck does it matter? You know what I mean? The game's running, it looks beautiful, these people are showcasing it, let's enjoy. But of course it can't be that. Everything's got to be a new weapon, you know, to use, you know, against the console enemy, and, you know, when there's actually real shit going on right now. Like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, 3 blades of grass, that's all I gotta say.
Excuse me.
You have been chosen to govern a land of great peril and promise. It has suffered long from the scourge of bandits.
Hey, John TJ is here. What's up, fam?
Another threat, an illegitimate baron who claims the Northern Territories as his own. Will you prove yourself worthy of this honor, or will you perish by the traitor's steel?
Coming to Game Pass.
And this is a work in progress, and this looks great for a work in progress.
Yeah, I know.
See, that, you know, that's the other thing. That's the one thing I did notice on this one, the first viewing. This was coming to PC Game Pass, and spoiler alert, is coming to consoles later on.
Yes. No, this looks like a lot of fun. I love city builder games. Okay.
This is more than a city builder.
Nice. Oh yes, dynamic weather system. I love it. Okay. Nice. Manor Lords. Okay. That is a game I am looking forward to. Nice. And coming soon to consoles. Ponies
again, it looks nice. I'm just not sure if I'll have the time to get into it.
RSJ fan says, God damn, this stupid button. What did you think of AC Valhalla? I thought it was too long, and like at the beginning of the game, I was in some village and I was supposed to like get this letter, and I didn't know how to get it, and the game made it very confusing, so I closed the game. But it's very beautiful.
I got a letter from the government. I opened up and read it. It said they were suckers.
Damn it.
They wanted me for the army or whatever.
But I do very much enjoy Assassin's Creed Origins. I love that one very much. I need to get back to that one. And I actually want to start over because I did a few things and I don't really like how I was playing the game the first time around. It's hard to explain, but that is a game I do want to restart. And it looks beautiful on GeForce Now, by the way.
I skipped on Valhalla. I saw everybody liked it, and then they started having issues with the storyline and going back and forth with the characters.
And just too damn long. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
like it was drawn out. So, and that's why I was like, it just, again, it was one of those decisions that I made at the time of, well, I'll wait it out because I keep buying games and not playing them. So what's the point of buying games at full price if I'm not going to play them?
So many freaking games.
Yeah, and Star Wars.
We asked for this. We asked for this.
Yeah, Star Wars was one of the other ones, the new Star Wars, and I'm glad I didn't buy it. I decided to hold off. Again, luckily I did. You just don't know, and it's not because of Game Pass. It's the game came out like crap.
Yeah.
And it's depressing that its predecessor came out with such high quality and praise and was a beautiful game, and then here we are with the sequel, and
that just goes to show you that the studio was given time on the first game, but then it became such a hit for them that the studio was rushed by the powers that be to put out a sequel. And although they took their time with the story, and you can tell, and they took their time with the world and everything, they were rushed to put it out before it was finished, and you can tell, like, when the powers that be are the ones responsible, for how a game comes out, especially when it's from a studio that took its time on their previous game or took their time on whatever else they worked on to really put out something of quality and patch it up whenever it needed to be and all of that, but yeah, and it's then, just, you hate to see it.
And then you release an update that doesn't do nothing.
Yeah, for real.
What was that?
That's the worst. Like you put out news that, there's going to be a big update coming, and then you finally put out the big update and everybody's like, what the fuck is this? Like, that's the worst. Like, especially when that's supposed to be the update to fix, like, the majority of the issues, Or
at least, well, you thought it was supposed to fix the majority of the issues.
Yeah.
They fixed stuff that didn't matter. We need stuff to fix the gameplay. We need stuff to fix the lagging and the hiccups and all that stuff. And it's like, what are you doing? Where are you putting your time on? You're not even listening to what's going on. So it is what it is. But again, it's just one of those things. Sometimes it's good to wait and not be the first to play the game, because you'll be the first to hate the game.
Yeah.
And should not be. They should be releasing them properly.
I agree. Oh, God. The open beta is tomorrow, right? For this?
Oh, yeah.
For Foam Stars? Excuse me. I had to say it. Yeah, I think somebody was saying earlier that the open beta starts tomorrow.
Welcome to the finals, the world's greatest game show.
The destruction is, and because if you're a fan of a movie like, I need to pause this. If you're a fan of a movie like Ready Player One, right? When you destroy the other opponent and you break up into coins or whatever and you collect them, like, the first time I saw this game that was the reason why I, like, fell in love with this and wanted to play it so bad, is because it made me feel like you're going into the world of what is it, the Oasis or whatever, and this is one of the games that you can play inside of the Oasis. That's how I see this game. I don't know. I'm a nerd. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, when I first saw this game, I was less than interested. I was like, whatever. This is another one of those whacked out games. I mean, you see how it looks. It's overhyped, over this, over that, and it's an arena that people are watching you, and it's yay. But the more I watched, the more I was, like, intrigued by it.
And the destruction.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Now I have to admit, the last beta I did get to play, I suck. So I need to get used to how to use all of the different things you get to use.
Talk about putting your money where their mouth is. Ouch!
There's one. That cash out will take time to complete. Maybe they can destroy their way out of trouble here. What a move!
No doubt about it, Scotty. We've got strategies in play.
Hey, Why So Serious is here. What's good, brother? That's family right there. Good to see you as always, fam.
Even this spot here is really cool with the going underneath and seeing them on, from above you and being able to blow them out from.
Yeah, that's
from
so
the floor.
sick.
That was so cool. That's when I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. The bomb and everything. It's just the way that they follow this freaking canister lock or whatever it is that they're following. It's like, okay, this could be fun, maybe. I just didn't like the coin thing, where you kill somebody else and everything turns into coins. It reminded me of Perfect Dark when you digitized out of there.
Have you seen Ready Player One?
Yes.
Maybe now you'll view it a little bit differently.
Maybe.
Go from that perspective, because even with the crowd that's watching, that's what it makes me feel like. It's everybody that's inside the Oasis watching this. They came to watch these events go on,
Right.
So I don't know. It's weird. That's just it was what triggered that was the first character that got killed and the coins spilled out. It just snapped in my head. And I was like, "Yep, that's Ready Player One status."
That's the image to me that went to Perfect Dark 0.
Join the wait. What did that say? Damn it.
Join the beta.
The finals. Okay, there we go. Yes, so it starts tomorrow, October 26th, open beta, reachthefinals.com. Hell yeah! Let's see. Should I play on Xbox or PC? Or both? Both. You're right. You're right, Dreadpool. Both.
Both.
Right.
Yep.
Both.
Both.
Hope everybody's enjoying themselves. Don't forget to hit the like button. Send in them super chats. Let's keep it going.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, whoa. I know what this is. It's
Is
about
this
damn time.
Ark Survival too?
I'm not telling you.
It is. God, this looks amazing. Damn! Wow, this looks amazing. Dead.
Yeah,
this wow.
Whale flipping thing. I was like, what? You could have done better animations with it.
Say that again?
With the whale, whatever that thing is, that creature that was swimming.
Yeah.
Could have done better animations for that thing. But everything else is looking beautiful. The modeling.
Oh, that is so sick.
Right? It's a great Turok game. Tell me that's not Rambo.
Yeah. Oh my god, this looks like so much fun. Yep. Arc 2, bitches! Well, I don't know if you can say Arc 2 because they've had like weird in-between games.
They did not say Arc 2.
Survival Ascended.
Yep.
Yeah, Arc 3.5. Modding and more in Arc Survival Ascended. Nice. Hell yeah. You know what?
So,
you know what would be.
again,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say again, the guy right there with the rocket launcher looks like Rambo.
He does. He
The
does.
Velociraptor. And it's like, if the imagery wasn't there, but it just looks like it. It's like they drew first blood.
This is gonna sound weird, but for some of the landscape that they were showing, for the modding and whatnot, it would be cool to not have like a big spaceship or anything, but to have like the old Star Trek shuttles, and just have one of those and be able to lightly take it around the map and whatnot. I just think that would be so cool. Just because there's like, I forgot which Star Trek movie it was, or maybe even from one of the shows, but there's like where they go into like a forest area and whatnot, but they're taking the shuttle down, and the way that they shoot it, it would be cool to see that in this game. But just for even the base game itself, like, I'm excited for this. It looks really freaking good, and it looks like a lot of hell of a fun.
This looks like it could be so much more fun than the original Ark.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
And
much more
graphically, it
fun.
looks amazing too. Like
Oh,
every
yeah.
game so far has looked really, really well done. Whether it was like graphically or artistically, sick.
I just want the Emperor shuttle to land on Endor, just like.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. You get it.
The killer left the
Ew.
heart next to the body. This wasn't some random
Here
act
we
of
go.
violence.
Happy Halloween,
This was a
everybody.
ritual. A page of text written with a typewriter.
Don't hate me, but I've
Someone's
never
been
played the
watching
first
us.
one.
How do you run from an idea?
First one's good.
From a story that lives in your head. I need to escape this nightmare.
Wake says the story will change reality around us.
That's so cool.
Why are we written into the story? I brought you the Heart Witch. Show me the terror.
Show me the terror.
It's better.
Oh shit. I don't think I knew the date. Oh god. Fuck, why? Why? God damn it. You even said something too.
The page says the record will open the overlap. Or is the page predetermining it? Am I just playing into the story?
Oh hell nah. Oh, that thing, right?
I'm not saying a word.
Oh no, hell no. Okay, see, that's creepy as fuck. What the?
She can't see me in the light.
I wish y'all could see my face right now.
Where is she?
Dude, this floating puddle? Ew. And it's crazy how, like, her reflection comes out the other side. Kill that bitch! That's so gross. And her reflection is what's walking.
Yeah.
Right? Like, ew. That's creative as fuck, though. Not gonna lie.
The song will show me the way.
Look in the mirror, cobweb of my soul.
I feel like I'm watching episodes of Sons of Anarchy. Oh god, why? Oh, I hate that shit.
The overlap is at the pond. Fuck. Here we go again.
That was a good gameplay trailer for me. Sick. So sick. Yeah, see, like, Xbox, man. Look at us. Shining. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. No. Let's get the music back on, shall we? Let's switch back. There we go. And then we'll close this out. All right. Wait, hold on. I forgot something. I'm forgetting something. Music. There we go. My God. Okay. And there we go. Cool. So Dreadpool, sir, now seeing the showcase for a second time, what do you think? Dread? Can you hear me? Oh no. Did we lose him? Dread.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I thought we lost you. Don't scare me like that.
I just had an emergency I had to take care of.
Is if you gotta step away, by all means.
I know.
Okay, cool.
No, we're good.
We're okay, cool. So what I was asking was, now that you've seen the showcase for a second time through, what was your opinion the first time of the showcase? And after the second time of seeing it, has it changed at all for you?
No, it hasn't actually. It's the same.
Okay.
Certain games are still for me. Certain games are definitely not. But again, there's every game on here, I can find a friend that would be interested in it, and to me, that's always a positive.
Same. And that's always how I try to look at it. Like, just because a game may not be for me doesn't make the game shit, or trash. Like, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to like this. And the Xbox is very good at catering to, like, multiple fans at one time, different types of fans at one time. And that they always try to have a little something for everyone, and right. I respect them for that.
And that's the way it should always be. It should be something for everyone. Because if it's only for the shooter bros, well, then what's the point? You just call it a shooter bro showcase and be done with it.
Yeah.
But you want more people in the community because there are so many different tastes in game styles, gameplays, games, stories, just everything. We are a variety of people, as in a variety of gamers, and that's the way it should be. It should be marketed to a variety of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point of being inclusive.
Yes.
And that's, and if you're only known for one thing, Halo, Forza, Gears, then who's going to want to go to you?
Exactly.
So obviously, they're not known for one thing anymore.
Exactly. Like Xbox is the home of games, and that's what Phil Spencer has been trying to turn Xbox into for the longest, is that you should feel like it's not just the home of shooters or platformers or city builders or role playing, whatever it is. You should feel like it's the home of games, not just gaming, but games. And it really is true, like, that it's so funny now how you still have people trying to cling on to the old narrative of Xbox has no games. But now it's just like, if you really see anyone try to say that, it really gets nowhere, even from their own fan base or people that might follow them. It doesn't go anywhere now, because it's like, we can easily name 5 games that we have, and you have, which is a great game, yes, but you have Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's call a spade, as Boom would say.
After this week's course of events, the rebuttal to Xbox has no games, PlayStation has no leaders.
Yeah.
Burn. So, but yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Is we want the competition, and finally Xbox is providing the competition. They are finally not trying to sell off the Xbox, or they being Microsoft are not trying to sell off Xbox. Phil has turned that around many different ways, and he even said it's going to be a long road for them to steer the ship around. And sure enough, aircraft carriers take a couple miles to steer. So when it comes to all that, you got to be honest about it, and you can't just stop things and make a change like that on a dime. Certain decisions can be said, but that doesn't go down and trickle down properly or effectively, just as the words have been spoken. So some of that stuff takes time, and that's the thing, and here's the other thing, right? If you think about it, right, this might not be for us. Maybe some of these games are for us and some of them aren't. But what happens when we die off? Who are they going for, right? You got to replace us with the next generation of gamers.
Yeah.
And the following the following generation after them. So you have to have a happy I guess medium when it comes to games. You have to have it for adults, you have to have it for children, you have to have role play, first person shooters. You got to have that cornucopia to please everybody, and with that you can't please everybody. So what that means is you're gonna have these games like Lucky's Tale, and everybody's like, what the heck is this? We don't want to play that.
A lot of people really enjoy that game, and my
because they gave it a
stepdaughter
chance.
is one of them.
Yeah, but you have others that talk crap about the game because it's for kids. I want adult stuff. Okay, well, you got adult stuff coming too, but you gotta have different games and generations to be built up and brought in. So again, these are games that, they might not be for kids, but some of them would be for some teens that will get into this and kind of go from there. I could see adults and teens enjoying every single one of these games.
Go ahead.
I was going to say my daughter would be too young for all of these games, but you know what? She'll be playing Alan Wake 2.
Oh my god. Dude, that was for me, that was intense,
right?
That was
cool.
That was a really well done like gameplay trailer to lead up to the release, and it makes me want to play the game because I've never seen like a monster like that, crazy, just ugh. And then all of like the in-between cuts, bleh, jeez. Poison Maniac says, how was the gameplay feel and flow, Dusty? I'm assuming he's talking about the finals, because I mentioned I played a little bit of the last beta that they did. The gameplay feel and flow was fine, but it's really fast paced, and that's why I got to get used to how to use like the different like elements or whatever you can use, the tools and whatnot, because it moves so fast, like you have to really like think quick. But it's an awesome game. I really enjoyed it, so like I can't wait for tomorrow. I wish I didn't have work, but you know, knowing them, they'll probably drop the beta at like what, 10 a.m.
Probably something like that.
Drop it now, like come on, you know, do it the Xbox way. But yeah, I'll hop in when I can. Hopefully I'll see you guys in there too. Maybe we can like squad up or something. That would be fun. What was I gonna ask? Oh, that's what it was. So out of the showcase, or let me not word it that way. For the showcase overall, and looking from like an outward perspective, like not just what's important to you, but like recognizing that there are games for everybody here, what would you, if you had to, because I know not everybody likes to, if you had to rate the show out of 10, what score would you give it?
Yeah, I'm the guy that doesn't like the scores.
I know, that's why I said that.
So on a Yamana scale, I would say meh. So that would be translated to a 7 for you guys.
Okay. I was gonna
It's not bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was good. It was decent.
I was gonna give it about an 8, just because I felt like you said, it wasn't a great show, but it was a good show, and what they had to show, like none of the show felt like a letdown or like, okay, next, you know what I mean? And so that's why I kind of like give it an 8. But I could see why you would go 7, yeah.
Yeah, but they also did what I've been saying for a long time. Show us the game, and then they actually had the little not the barcode, whatever the code, you know, barcode basically, that you could scan and then go right to the video for the devs, and then you would watch the dev interview portion.
I love
where
that.
They would expand on the game. You know, and that's what I said. We need to get rid of that, leave it to the side for those that want to get into it and deep dive on the game. And they went through. They just, here's your card. Okay, now that you see your card, here's the extra if you want more. You know, or we'll just put it away and then we'll move on to the next game. You know, and that was cool. I like that. And then after that, they did a recap of 3 or 4 games, you know, showing you what they just showed you. And then they, you know, with just a screenshot, and then they moved on.
Yeah,
you know,
they kept it moving. I like that too. The pace was good.
Yeah, so that was what was needed. Again, overall, and I never expect anything. And I know people were expecting Square Enix to show something. They were expecting, you know, something from other company, and I'm like, no, this is Xbox partner. There's not going to be any COD here. There's not going to be any of that stuff. But I'm not expecting anything. I just want to see what they show, and that's the way every show is. They start fresh with 0 to 100, with nothing actually anticipated. Some people already, this show's going to be a 100. This show's going to be a 9. And it's like, no, you don't even know what you're talking about. How can you predict what it's going to be?
Yeah.
You know, so
you don't know until you see it, and then even then, you shouldn't make your full judgment until you get to the end. You know.
Yeah.
Like even with the PlayStation Showcase, I thought it was trash ass, but at the same time, I couldn't make that decision until I got to the end of it, because maybe they could have had something at the end that completely made up for the beginning. But to be completely honest with you, it was either more of the same or what the hell is going on. And that's how I felt, you know. You know, it Was this the secret showcase that ponies were talking about, or is this the wrong one? This was the secret one that was coming, right? Like the real one, the real show, right? Was that this? I can't remember.
I don't know. Maybe.
I can't remember. Let's see. Oh, Talos said something really funny. He said, PlayStation got another banger, Frog Detective. Amen. That game is... all right. Someone streaming Arc 2 now. Arc to now. Someone streaming Arc... What? Someone streaming Arc now? Wait, didn't someone say... Which one of these games apparently is already available now? Is that Arc? But it's not on Game Pass. It's available on Steam or something?
Possible.
That would be tight. So the showcase that they were talking about had baby steps in it. I know. And oh, was that a wrong decision? Anyway, moving on. So you give it a 7, I give it about an 8. Now, as far as like if you had to compare the games, right? What was the game of the show? Like, what was the one that sold the show for you?
Like, you gotta ask. At the end, Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, you're right. It looks so freaking good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that where they showed what they showed, and then the unexpected gameplay. You know, at the end.
Yeah,
and the way that they did everything. I loved the fact that in between all that, they had I guess the shadow demon, whatever, and they would pop in with that face, and I was like, that's so cool that they did it like that. So it was not really a jump scare, but it was something to let you know that, hey, this is like inside your mind that they're like trying to penetrate, and you can see the face, and you can feel that
tension and that buildup.
Right? Yeah.
No, and it was smart too, because they know that, like, especially right now, there's already people that are going out to Halloween parties or whatnot, or get-togethers, this or that, because people, Halloween's on a freaking Tuesday this year, so a lot of people are gonna use this weekend to celebrate, or they already have been. And so it's really smart to drop this specific footage in the middle of that, because you're keeping that theme going, and it's the perfect time. You didn't do it too early, and then people kind of like, oh yeah, it's coming, and then they kind of forget. But then you didn't do it too late, and people already have plans. Now it's like they see when the game's releasing, and they're like, oh shit, cool, I can play that like this weekend. And and then like, because Halloween's on a Tuesday, ooh, maybe I could play it that night too, like da-da-da-da-da. And you keep it fresh in people's minds, that way. Because now because I'll be honest with you, after what they showed, I'm going to be thinking about Alan Wake 2, for the next couple of days, because you don't forget when you see something like that. It replays in your mind a little bit. So yeah, I think that was really smart. I have to change my answer a little bit then, because I was going to say Arc is what sold the show for me. Alan Wake sold the show for me. But what surprised me was seeing Arc. And it made me genuinely excited for it. Like, I'm already thinking like, damn, who wants to jump online, when that game drops. Alan Wake sold the show, and then Arc surviving ascendancies was like the icing to the cake for that. And then everything else just followed nicely, I can see people really being into Infinite Wealth, the expansion. There we go. And oh yeah, I forgot, because we added you to my other Discord. And then
I forgot I had this screen. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. And then maybe I should face this way. And then Yeah, the that Ikaro game doesn't look bad. You know, like I said, it might not be for me, but it doesn't look bad. I do like the art style of it. That Dungeons of Hinterberg game, definitely not my style, but because of the art style, is what would make me want to at least like check out the first 30 minutes to an hour of it just to see what it's like. You know, I can't make a review off of that, obviously, but, you know, just to at least look at it and experience that art style and that world a little bit. But yeah, overall, I think it was a great show. Or, not a great show. I think it was a good show. And I think it was a good enough show to where it doesn't boost the momentum, but it keeps the momentum that the train is going on right now for Xbox. It just keeps it going. It's like you just added some more coal, you know, to the fire, and the train is still going, you know. So good on Xbox. I'm excited for things to come, like I should be, you know, and Xbox is very good at doing that. Before we get out of here, any last thoughts on the partner preview, good sir?
No, we're good. My only one game that was a must, and I've already called it, Alan Wake 2. That's a guarantee you better play. But take your time. Take your time with it.
Now, most people would ask, is this a game where I should play the first one? I'm going to answer that for you. For me, at least, I know I need to play the first one first. Even if I don't complete it, I just know I need to... Oh shit, wow. Dropped that one. I just know I need to experience that first, at least, just to get like an idea of what I'm getting myself into before ever touching the second game. But to those of you who haven't played the first game, if you're going to jump into the second, please, by all means, let me know on the streets of X what you think of the game, and you know, or if come back to this video, let me know in the comments after the live is over, and let me know in the chat, you know, if this is a game you guys are looking forward to, and let me know what other games during the showcase you guys were like, ooh yeah, I want to play that, because like I said, for me, Ark looks really, really good. I am looking forward to Infinite Wealth. What was one of the other games that I saw? What was that North one? What's the North one? The North game?
North Star. North.
Fists of the North Star 2. I'm looking forward to that game graphically. I really want to see that world because I really like what they were showing. But yeah, I really enjoyed the show. I don't really think I have much else left to say. When is the next showcase supposed to happen? Not till what? January? February?
I don't know. I definitely don't keep track on that sometimes.
Oh no, they'll be at what? Game Awards, right?
Yes. The Video Game Awards would be the next one technically.
Okay, yeah, true. And they always like to make a little splishy splash there. So cool. Well, thank you, Dread, so much for your time. I don't want to keep you any longer.
Thank you.
The other bits of news we can get into in the next episode, next week. If I do not go live this weekend, then next week we'll be back and we can talk some more other news going on in the community and whatnot. Dread, before we head out, please let everybody know where they can find you. Show that amazing flyer that you always pop up, and if you can, and just where they can, or when they can look forward to the next Breaking Bread with Dread.
Yeah, I have. I've got the flyer. The only problem is I don't know how to switch it over because everything you see is backwards.
Yes, I did that because for some reason Discord flips my camera, so I had to turn it back.
I have to figure out how to reflip it.
Hold on.
Discord.
Hold on. Let me see. There we go. Hold on, filters. It's not showing me the filter. Oh no, wait, I know what I did.
Is it something I gotta do here? Something, right?
No, it's something that I have to do. Hold on, 1 second. I should have thought about that too, because I forgot I had to flip it around to make it make sense for me. There we go. Did it. Cool. All right, sir. Please let everybody know where they can find you.
Yes, you can find me everywhere. Just look up linktree.com/Dreadpool, all letters, and it has the links to everything here. But definitely just check out Twitter, Dreadpool. The O's are actually 00. And then YouTube is where I have everything going on. I'm gonna post a link there for my YouTube in the chat. And again, when I do the guesting, Gaming Beyond the Box on Sundays at 7, I just haven't been able to do that because of the haunts that we were doing in October, and with work, it's been on. I haven't been able to do anything, but after October, I'll be back on. And then Breakfast with Boom on Fridays at 10 a.m. Everything's Eastern. And again, when I'm busy working, it's kind of cutting me out from being able to be at these podcasts to pull my weight out there. But definitely check those guys out, even if I'm not there. I appreciate it. And again, thank you, Dusty, for letting me hang out with you and talk some games finally, and you know, the return of the show. So much appreciated. Love you guys in the chat. Thank you guys for stopping in and checking out everything and supporting this man.
Thank you so much, Dread, and thank you for the kind words earlier. That really did mean a lot. And once again, thank you so much for being here. You know, just like when I've had other guests on the show that, like, you know, because I have a list of people that I've always wanted to either podcast with, or when I would run my show, be a guest on my show. And just like having them, it's been such an honor to have you. And it's another notch off of my podcast bucket list, if you will. So thank you again. And if those of you watching don't know, whether you're catching the live or the replay, you can find me on all social media platforms at the Dusty Uno. And please hit follow, shoot me a message, show some love. I'll try to follow back. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit like, turn on them notifications and all that good stuff. Why So Serious made a comment stating that he's not sure why he can't become a member or send a super chat. I'm gonna have to look into that in the back end. I might have gotten a notice recently because I like to play music on my channel. So if it becomes a bigger issue, I have to take a look at what that was. Then I'll have to figure out. I like playing music during my stream. I just feel like it creates a good vibe with, especially how I am. So, you know, and it helps my attention span. So I'll figure it out. I'll see what's going on. Sorry you can't send a super chat or become a member, but thank you for letting me know though. That's awesome of you, and much appreciated. But I will look into that. Poison Maniac, thank you so much for dropping the link for Dreadpool's channel. Please, everybody, please subscribe, show some love, and make sure you break bread with Dread. But without anything else, once again, thank you everybody for being here. And whether you're catching the replay or you're catching the live, you know the vibe. Hit subscribe, give a like, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace, everybody.
Later.